How's it going, everyone? Richard Schwartz here, aka External Void, coming to do what you do because that's what we do. And today is the day we're going to be answering your questions. So if you guys are excited, smash down that like button and let's get going. So, hope everyone is having a good week. I'm having a pretty good one myself. I said about 10 days ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I was going to be doing a Q&A. If you guys can write down some questions. Got a couple you guys with some questions, so let's get right to it. The first question that I received was from Firefrost, and it was, "Where are you, and what do you do for a living?" Well, first and foremost, where I currently reside is in San Pedro, California, which is Los Angeles County, so LA. Been born and raised here in San Pedro. I've been around outside of Pedro. When I graduated from high school, I joined the U.S. Navy. Did that for 4 years, and in that time, I was in Virginia. Then I was stationed in San Diego. Got to go to some really cool places like Guatemala, Thailand, Singapore, Bahrain, Guam, Saipan. So I went around a little bit, and then after the military, I went to college. I started off in junior college in Los Angeles, and then I went over to Sacramento State. Did that for 2 years, got my degree in theater, and then moved back to San Pedro. So that is where I currently reside and what I do for a living. Currently, I work at 7-Eleven. I do the graveyard shift, doing that part time while doing these videos. So, I actually really love working at 7-Eleven. I love doing the graveyard shift because that's when I'm usually up to begin with. And I've been working there for almost 9 months, so really like what I'm doing there. Before that, I had worked for Lyft as a driver. I did a little bit of longshoreman as a casual. Didn't do that for very long because I wasn't really able to physically keep on doing it, and it was a very stressful job, even though it paid really well, and it just wasn't for me at that time. And then for after when I got out of college, I worked at Target for about a year and a half. And on and off, I would been doing some theater and stand up comedy as well. Not too often now because all I've been really doing is working. So, yeah, that is pretty much what I've done. I mean, during high school, I worked at a gas station. I was a tutor. So, yeah, that's pretty much all my job qualifications other than the U.S. Navy as well. Did that for 4 years, like I said. So the next question is from Voodoo Gaming. This question. Oh, he said he was going to have the next few days have some questions for me. Unfortunately, he did not, but I appreciate. He said he was looking forward to seeing this video, so I appreciate you, Voodoo Gaming. That's awesome. And Firefrost from the last question says he was been watching my video for 3 4 years and he loves my content. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. So let's go up to the next question is enjoy your wrestling, enjoy your pool videos questions. What do you do for a living, which I already answered, and who was your favorite wrestler growing up? Oh, that is a good one. My favorite wrestler growing up is probably my favorite wrestler of all time, which is Shawn Michaels. I just love Shawn Michaels. I thought he was my favorite wrestler. He had the great entrance. He was a great personality. He had some fantastic matches with so many great people. Just to add and throw in there some other wrestlers I loved growing up, other than Shawn Michaels. Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously. The Rock was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of some WCW side. I actually liked Glacier for a little bit when he was in WCW, even though it was like a Sub Zero ripoff, but it was still pretty fun. Rey Mysterio, I liked growing up. Rob Van Dam, I liked growing up. Uh, one of my underrated favorite wrestlers that not many people talk about, but I love for some strange reason, was Maven. If you guys don't remember Maven, he won the first season of Tough Enough. He eliminated The Undertaker in a Royal Rumble, which was funny with a drop kick. I just thought he always had the greatest drop kick. I mean, obviously he didn't have a great personality wise, like like in chemistry wise when it comes to like wrestling persona. But I just liked him. I thought he was I like underdogs, and he was probably one of my favorite underdog of all time. I mean, I'm gonna say my favorite wrestler currently In wrestling, that's gonna be really hard for me. Trying to think. Uh, I love the Miz. I still like the Miz. I think the Miz should have had more championship reigns. I also like Finn Balor is really cool. Seth Rollins is great. I like Ricochet, even though they're not really doing too much with him. John Morrison. Haven't watched too much AEW because I haven't really watched too much wrestling lately in the past few months, just because work. But from the I like Orange Cassidy from AEW. Kenny Omega is really cool. Um, so yeah, I would say Cody Rhodes I like as well. WWE should have done more, and now he's really doing well in AEW. So good for him. Oh, now that question was from, by the way, Michael Ornelis. So Michael Ornelis, thank you so much for those questions. And our final question, like I said, I didn't have many comments in this. So from James Lynch. And what is your favorite wrestling match of all time? He also says he loves my channel, always enjoys your pro videos. What's my favorite wrestling match of all time? That's actually quite easy. My favorite wrestling match of all time was Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels wrestling match, 60-man Iron Man match. The first time I watched this, it was um, it was on the television, but it was like I didn't get the pay per view. And when I was a kid, the TV you can go to the pay per view channel, but it would be all in scribble scrabble. So I actually sat down and watched the pay per view in scribble scrabble. Hardly could see anything. I was just listening to it, and just listening to that match between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart was just so enticing. The crowd was into it. The commentary is into it. Just the crowd was just amazing. And then a few years later, I actually got to watch the match, like Perfect Vision, and it still was freaking amazing. Like it was so fantastic, and I still hold that today as probably my favorite match of all time. I mean, other matches that I love from just wrestling in general, both the Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker WrestleMania match, those two were great. Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon ladder match at SummerSlam. If you can tell, Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler, so a lot of those was going to be from there. Um, the Rock versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania was a really good one. The John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins at Royal Rumble Triple Threat was a really good match as well. Like I was very really entertained with that. Um, Triple H versus Daniel Bryan WrestleMania. I'm sorry. Sorry. The triple threat match between Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton versus Batista. But still, the Daniel Bryan Triple H match in the beginning of that WrestleMania was really good too. Oh, Daniel Bryan's also one of my favorite wrestlers of all time as well. So put him in there as well. Forgot to mention that. Um, so those were the questions, but I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. I am currently 36 years old. Uh, Old man, lived a life. Ugh. And I'm a Gemini. Birthday's in June, so going to be 37 soon. What I like to do for fun, other than watching movies, I love watching movies. The comic book movies I love watching, comedies I love watching, musicals I love watching. I got my degree in theater, so I love musicals as well. I like to do stand up comedy. Haven't done it in months just because work's been busy like crazy. Karaoke is something I really love to do. I love doing karaoke. I'm tone deaf, so that's really fun to do. Even though I suck at singing. Um, Sleeping lately has been one of my passions because I've been really tired because doing the graveyard shift. Playing video games. Video games that I play. I play baseball on the PS4. Pokemon, Super Smash on the Nintendo. WWE Champions obviously on my phone. For fun, like once in a while, like I like to play Sudoku. It's just something to like test my mind a little bit. Let's enjoy that. Occasionally I like to read. Just haven't done reading. It's just I have to be in the mood to read, and when I find a good book to read, it's something that I could just sit there and just read. Like for example, a lot of the books that I love to read. Like I love Harry Potter. That's probably my favorite book, other than non-school books I got to read. But a lot of the books I really enjoyed was books I had to read for school. Like I love the books I loved that I read really enjoyed reading was 1984.
Fahrenheit 451. Oh, there's another book I read in college. It was really good. It's a long title, so I don't remember the exact name of the title, but it was like the curious incidents of the murder of a dog in the nighttime or something like that. I don't remember the actual title of it, but it's like a curious case of a dog in the nighttime or something. It's about a kid who has autism who's trying to solve a dog's murder, and he learns a lot more than he bargained for. And if you guys haven't read that book, if you can find it, even though I butchered the title, go read it. It's a really good book. Other than that, I don't know. There's too much more. You don't need to know. If you have any more questions you want me to answer in the future, put those in the comment section as well, and I'll answer those in another video. It's not a very long video, but I didn't get many questions this time around. So hopefully, if you've seen this video now, if you want to ask me a question, drop it in this video's comment section, and I will get to that eventually. So, well, guys, that concludes this video. Hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your night. External Void is out.